Hello there. As you can see, I'm painting. I am a lovely picture. I've got all my colors here. I'm creating some art. I am. It's lovely. Come here. I'll show it to you in a moment, but for now, hello. Yes, I'm just finishing up a little painting. I am. That's right. It's lovely. You know, I was in a museum once, and I asked the gentleman there if I could take pictures, and he said, "No, ma'am, you have to leave them on the wall." There was another time I was in a museum, and the museum was completely empty. That's right, there were no pictures on the walls, there was nothing on the floor, nothing on the ceiling, completely empty. Come to find out, it was an air and space museum. I visited a clock museum once. Yes, good times. Do you know why Vincent van Gogh became a painter? I do. He didn't have an ear for music. He didn't have an ear for music. Did you hear the one about the artist who died? Too many strokes. What do you get when you cross a painter with a boxer? You get Muhammad Ali. Oh, darlings, as you can see, today's show is all about art, and we'll get started in just a moment. I'm so glad you're here.
If you're stuck inside and you need some fun, she's the grande dame of getting it done. With Victoria Sautee.
Oh, there you are again. Lovely to see you. Today's show is all about visual arts. Visual arts. What does that mean? Well, vision, something you can see. It's an art that you can see with your eyes. Well, hopefully you can see all art with your eyes. But the category of visual art, well, it's really beyond definition. So today we're just going to look at one part of it, and that's painting. We're going to look at painting. I've always been fond of painting. I have. Yes, I have. An inspiration to me when I was quite small. I used to doodle and draw little pictures. But the turning point came when I was given a game. It's called, you see it there? It's called Masterpiece. Yes, a 1970 game from Parker Brothers. It's sort of like, I don't know, Monopoly or Scrabble or some sort of game like that, a board game, I suppose. Well, you could get bored playing this one, let me tell you, but you'd open it up. Oh, there it is. It brings back such memories, it does. You'd open up the game, you'd have the board there, as you see, and some cards and some money and some little pieces and a dice. And what you would do is you would bid on paintings. Yes, the little cards represent little paintings, and you would bid on those. Now, for a small child like me, and I didn't really understand the whole part about auctioning off. I just like the little pictures. Let's see what they look like. There they are. Oh, those little cards were like little friends to me, and I memorized all the artists' names. I'd line them up, and every day I had a new favorite, and we'll talk about some of these. But this really got me inspired, and to be an artist, that there was something to it. That's right. Well, it's so nice to see everybody out there today. I see you, Michael and Eddie and Shelley. I see Justin. I feel like romper room. I see Elizabeth. I see John. Well, I see Dawn. Oh, it's so lovely to have you all to hear me talk about my little artwork. Yes, let me get rid of the game there for a moment. Now, oil painting is painting with pigment mixed with oil. Yes, you see that little tool there, that little flat piece, that's called a palette. And that's a piece of wood or maybe cardboard where the artist mixes their colors with oils. What kind of oil they use? Linseed oil or poppy oil or walnut. Each different oil could make the paint a slightly different color. Isn't that amazing? Most paints, though, today are mixed with linseed oil. There it is. It looks like a It looks like a specimen of sorts that I remember from a time long ago. But that's linseed oil. It comes from flax. It's sort of like, see those little seeds there in the cup? That's flaxseed, and you squish it all together and you get linseed. Don't ask me where they come up with these names, but they did. Now, the linseed oil is a special oil that hardens as it dries, and that helps make the paint dry, helps mixes the colors and makes the paint dry. You could also take it, as you all know, flax is a nutritional supplement, but I don't know that you want to take that. No. But that's the linseed oil that we mix paints with. When we say oil painting, we sort of mean linseed oil painting. We don't mean Western oil painting. So you know that reminds me of Florence Henderson, but I won't sing the song, not just yet, darling. I won't. Now our oil painting, we take the colors and we apply them to wood or canvas or whatever we would like with brushes. And there's some brushes there. You know what a brush is. Oh, yes, I have one right here. But what you might not know is all of these brushes that you see before me, they each have a name. The first one is Doris. The second one is Madeline. The third one is Stanley. No, they don't really have those kind of names, darling. They don't. But they each have a name, and they're each good for a particular kind of painting. Yes, isn't that amazing? And also, artists paint with knives. With knives, not spoons, not forks. Those are knives. Those are artists' knives. And they sort of scoop up the color with those little knives there. They smear it across the canvas to make shapes and designs and colors. And that's quite fascinating. I think we've learned stuff already about painting. How oil painting really dates back to 650 AD. That's a long time ago, darlings. When here we have a lovely mural painted by Buddhist artists. Yes, and that's the first known kind of oil painting that we know of. Before oil painting, artists used to mix their colors with eggs. And I suppose if they didn't like the painting, they could just eat it or make an omelet. That's right. Now, in general, we think of oil painting to have started the traditional sense of the word in the Netherlands with an artist named John van Eyck, who was very famous. Here's one of his early works in the Renaissance. Yes, you recognize that picture? I dare. That's the Alfini portrait, painted in 1434. Quite a very famous picture. I think it's rather lovely. I like the colors. There are so many artists who were famous for their oil paintings, and I think let's have a little stroll through a few of them, shall we? Here we have a lovely Rembrandt. You've heard of Rembrandt, haven't you? Well, I have. He was known for the way he painted lighting. Do you see in the picture how there's sort of light coming in? It's not just a flat painting like a coloring book. No, Rembrandt was better than a coloring book, he was. And then we have Vermeer. That's a Vermeer painting. That painting is called the Girl with the Pearl Earring. I wonder why he named it that. I do. I wonder why artists always name their pictures after. Well, it's quite obvious. Let's see if we can figure out what the name of this next one is. Well, that's a Gainsborough, all right, and they called him the Blue Boy. I suspect because he's all dressed in blue, isn't he? He's a very famous artist, and that little card was in my masterpiece game. That's a Monet. That's the water lilies. And one thing about studying art history is rather confusing because that's a Monet. This is a Manet. Yes, there's a Monet and a Manet. There's an A for every vowel, but that's the Manet. A lovely girl there. And you know this artist? That's Vincent van Gogh's famous painting. Yes, that's right. Starry Nights there. I don't know if you know this artist. I quite like and enjoy. It's a French artist. His name is Paul Gauguin. Gauguin. What I like about Gauguin is his colors. So he didn't paint in dreary old rainy Paris. No, he moved to the tropics and he painted, I think, maybe Tahiti or something like that. But look at the colors. Aren't they quite lovely? They are. Here's a Renoir, and this was definitely one of the cards in my masterpiece game. And I love the expression on their little faces, their little rosy cheeks, their little flowers in the background. I just loved it, don't you? I do. Do you have a favorite artist out there? Who's your favorite artist? Let's see. Who's got a favorite artist? Well, Erin remembers her history class, her art history class. Good girl, Erin. And yes, and Dana recognizes the Monet. And here's she. Oh, Dana has an art history degree. It is super useful, I'll tell you. In life, I think of art history all the time. I do. I really do. I don't know why, but I love my art history. It comes in handy. There's a Pablo Picasso. Yes, and in one of his Cubist paintings we have there. And here's moving ahead in time. Here's a Mondrian. Looks quite easy to paint that, maybe, but no, I think he had quite a vision. He did. And moving along here, oh, look at that. Jackson Pollock's work. And I'll bet you're saying I could throw paint just like that, but you can't. Only Jackson Pollock could throw it with such style and aplomb. And don't tell anyone, but I think this painting is on its side. But no one's going to know, will they? Or maybe Dana will, because she's the art major out there, isn't she? Now, you might think that's a picture of Marilyn Monroe, and you're right. And it was painted by Andy Warhol. All of these painted in oil. He was a pop artist, he was. And another famous pop artist is Jasper Johns. And he painted the flag. And in the pop artists, they painted things that you would find in everyday life, and they made art out of it. Well, you would find Marilyn Monroe in everyday life, and the American flag, lovely. Now, he's an artist you may or may not know. I don't know. His name is Wayne Thiebaud. Wayne Thiebaud, an American pop artist. He was from Arizona, and he worked in his early days as a young man for the Disney Company. That's right. And he started with his paintings, and they were pop art. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, look at those cakes. Oh, they look so yummy. You could just reach in there and eat them. He painted a lot of cakes. He did. Wayne, I love his little paintings there, don't you? Here's another one of his works. Oh, ice cream cones are adorable. Now I have to have some ice cream after this show. I do. And I hope you liked our little tour of art. Some of my favorite works, all painted with oil painting. Isn't that amazing? Now, where would you like, if you'd like to see these, where would you have to go? Well, not far. Here is, in New York City, the Museum of Modern Art, where many of the paintings that we looked at today live. You can go and view them. It's amazing to see them in person. Now, if you don't want to journey all the way to New York City, closer by in New Haven, there's the Yale Museum of Art, which is some lovely examples of oil painting through the years, and they're just stunning to look at, and they'll change your life. I know they changed mine. I did. Now, a little closer to home, we have a museum right in Milford, Connecticut. It's called the MAC, the Milford Arts Council. And inside that building that looks like a train station because it was a train station. Inside we have a little art gallery. Look at that. I bet you didn't know that was in there. There's many things that happen in there, and hopefully shortly we'll have the executive director of the MAC, Paige Milio, will be my guest. She's not in the studio quite yet, but what we're going to do is we're going to cut to a little commercial, and we'll be back in a moment.
So, they take a story that I know and they make it funny. And so I listen to it. I listen to it a bunch of times. I love to laugh, and that's why I love Pantochino Podcasts. Ridiculously entertaining mini musicals for everyone. Listen now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Well, let's get crafty, shall we? All this talk about oil painting. Now, I know you all know how to paint. I know you all have brushes out there, and you love to take a little stroke back and forth with them, don't you? Do you see what I painted earlier? I painted this is my painting today. It's a paint by numbers, and that actually uses little oil paints. Have you ever done one? If you haven't, have your mum order you one on Amazon.com, and you'll have a lovely time. You just follow the numbers, and by the time you finish sort of coloring in all the little spaces, you've got a lovely piece of art. But one thing you probably don't have is a frame. And Mum doesn't want to order one of those. She doesn't want to take you out to the store. No, you can make a frame all by yourself with a few things you have right there in your home. That's right. You're going to need some cardboard. Now, what I do is I like to look through Mummy's garbage and see what she has in there. And Mummy had a box of Fruit Loops. So you see, they were Fruit Loops. And I've just sort of cut out the middle to make like a frame, but I'm not done yet. You're also going to need some Elmer's glue and maybe some paint and of course a scissor so you can cut your shape out. So I've taken the entire front of the box of Fruit Loops and I've just cut a little hole with my scissors. Now I've kept all the other parts of the box, all the sides, and what I've done with my scissors is I've cut out some shapes. Here was the side of the box with all the nutritional information, and I've just cut it into a little shape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Elmer's glue, darling. Yes, I am. There you go, dearie. And see, I'm just going to apply the Elmer's glue, just like that, to the back of the cardboard. And then I just place it right there and I let it dry. Now I also cut out some little shapes, just like these little squares. And I'm going to put some of my Elmer's glue on the little shapes. Like I am. And I just apply those to the front of my cereal box frame. And I fill it all up entirely. And then what I've done is I've taken some spray paint here and I've sprayed the whole thing and I have one all done for you. And here you have a lovely frame. I've painted mine silver, but you could paint yours gold or whatever, and you can put your favorite pictures inside there, and it's just it's a lovely idea to do. And you could frame all of your little artwork, and you don't want it just to sit there on Mommy's fridge. Don't you need your artwork in a proper frame? I think you do. Well, let's go now to visit with Paige Millio of the Arts Council to tell us a little more about visual arts. Paige, where are you? There you are.
Hello, Victoria.
Hello there, Paige. How are you today?
I am very well, and you look sparkly and spanky new.
Thank you so much. Here in the glittery bunker, everything sparkles. It really does, whether we like it or not. Now, Paige,
everything's better with glitter.
That's right. It is. Now, Paige, we've been talking about oil painting, but there are other visual arts, are there not? Could you tell us about some of the other visual arts that our audience might enjoy?
Yes. I actually brought some artwork to share with you.
Wonderful.
So I went to art school when I was younger, and I studied illustration. And
illustration, that's like drawing?
Yes. Illustrations are the drawings that are in books.
Ah.
So one of my jobs when I first got out of college, before I did the illustrations, which are the drawings in the books, I would design books. So when you lay books out, you do what's called a storyboard. It's kind of like creating a comic book. So every single page is a picture that goes with the words. And we would call it paginations. So it's kind of like the word pagination is imagining what the pictures on the pages are. So it kind of has a little bit of my name in it too, being Paige. So I was called the paginator in my studio. So what we would do is we would take the manuscripts, which is what the story is, and we would do little drawings that would then be enlarged to become the pictures in children's books.
I see. That's lovely.
So then what you would do from there is you would do larger sketches of your ideas. And I have a couple here. These are done on tracing paper.
Ah.
So tracing paper is paper that you can see through. So if you do your drawing and you want to make changes, you put another piece of tracing paper on top, and then you can change your drawing.
Now, Paige, did you draw that with a pencil or a pen?
I drew it with a pencil. I did indeed. And then that drawing then becomes the pictures in the book. So that drawing actually became this picture in the book.
That's lovely.
And these paintings were done with watercolor and colored pencil, which are two things that I like to use a lot.
And I'll bet you a lot of our audience has them right there in their home right now.
Yes, I bet they do. And another type of art that you can utilize is called scratchboard. Scratchboard, a lot of people don't know. Now, sometimes they sell it now with, it's like sheets of black paper and you can scrape it, and then rainbow colors and sparkly colors come up from under. But the proper scratch board is a white piece of cardboard, and it actually has a thin layer of white clay. So what I would do is I would draw the image in ink and then color in black areas and then scratch white lines into the black. So it's like drawing with white line. It's kind of cumbersome, but it has a neat effect.
Well, it's quite beautiful. You've done a lovely job.
Why, thank you very much. But no, there are lots and lots of different kinds of art. So there's collage. So that's if you wanted to take colorful pieces of paper or cut up pictures from a magazine. You could then glue them into patterns on a piece of cardboard or on a cereal box, just like your frame.
Yes, that's true.
And you could make pretty pictures using the colors of all of the magazine pictures and color paper that you have around the house.
Good idea. Now, you are the sort of the curator, the director of the Milford Arts Council in downtown Milford.
Yes, we are inside the old train station.
I showed the audience a little picture of that a little while ago. Now, what kind of artwork might we find on the walls in there?
So the artwork that you will see on the walls changes all the time because we open up our walls in the theater as a gallery. And a gallery is a place where paintings are hung or artwork is hung for sale to people. You can also view it like you would in a museum, but the paintings and artwork that you see in a museum are not for sale. So that is a big difference. But when you go into a gallery, whether it's a gallery and shop, such as Artfish 42 down in Walnut Beach, or the Gilded Lily downtown.
Yes.
Those are shops that have art and crafts for sale. So when you come into the theater at the MAC, our gallery walls might be filled with photography. We host a photo expo every single year with Milford Photo. We can have exhibits that might be themed about water. So we have a show every single year that's called Waterscapes. So people bring in paintings and collage and photographs of Charles Island or the marsh, or maybe their swimming pool, because waterscapes just need to have water in it. We're going to have an exhibit soon called Red. So all of the artwork submitted will be focused around the color red. So exhibits and what you see on gallery walls can change on a daily basis or whatever whim the artist feels.
Well, I think we should head on down to the Milford Arts Council as soon as we can and everything comes back and have a look at what's on the walls there. How long have you been at the Arts Council?
I've been at the Arts Council as its director for just over 7 years.
Well, congratulations. Congratulations. And is there any way we could see any artwork online while we wait for the doors to open again?
Yes. You can visit our website, which is Milford Arts. That's MilfordArts.org. That is our website. And in there, you can click the gallery button and you can view artwork. I believe that the photo expo will be coming down soon and Red will be going up in a few weeks. But we'll be sharing those images. And if you also visit our Facebook page, which is Milford Arts Council, Facebook, you can view, if you, again, select pictures or photos, you can see lots of artwork that we have shared by lots of our talented artists in and around Milford.
That's wonderful. We'll all have to take a journey onto your website and your Facebook page and see what's coming up next at the Arts Council. Paige, thank you so much for joining us today. We've learned so much stuff with you. We really have.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Have a wonderful rest of the afternoon.
And the same to you. Bye-bye. Oh, that was just lovely having Paige join us. I'm so glad she came. You know, I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my frame. And I do have some lovely drawings of that my friends out there have sent me that I've shown you. I have, oh, yes, they have this lovely one here of my T-shirt, which if you go to tpublic.com, they're on sale today for just $13. I have a picture of this this lovely lady here. I wonder who she is. I do. I wonder out loud who this lady is. Who knows who she is? I'll bet you don't know. She's Eleanor Brown Campbell. That's right. She's Eleanor Brown Campbell. And she is an artist who didn't work in oil painting, but she did paint many things. And she painted some of my favorite stories and some of my least favorite stories too. Because she's the artist who painted all the little pictures in the Dick and Jane series, and you know how I feel about Dick and Jane. You do, and I'm going to read one of the stories, or two of the stories, or maybe a half a dozen of them. I have this lovely new version of the book with me today, and I wanted to mention Dick and Jane today because I always do. Also because the pictures in there, they're so lovely, they're so cute, but the story needs some work, don't you think? I think that you do think that. Oh, I have some lovely comments there. I love my Victoria's Sautee shirt. Thank you, Michael. You wear it well. Suzanne asked, can you purchase pictures? That's a good question for Paige. We'll get back to you on that too. And here, oh yes, Dick and Jane are back there. Like a bad penny, Suzanne, like a bad penny. But now I want to read you this story and show you the lovely paintings by Eleanor. So this one's called Puff. Did you know that Dick and Jane had a cat called Puff? I'll bet you didn't. Oh, I didn't know till I opened the book. Now, just check out some of this dialogue here, this writing. He says, jump, Puff, jump, 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 Puff, jump. As lovely as the picture is, the words are a little repetitive. Jump, Puff, jump, 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 Puff, jump. But it goes on to say, run, Puff, run, run, jump, jump, jump. This is a lovely picture. I don't know about this. I'd like to read that story, I wonder. And the story finishes with a big finish like this. Look at that. Look at the kitty jumping up at the whatever it is. And it says here, oh, my hand's in the way. It says, oh, Puff, oh, funny, funny Puff. Funny, funny Puff. I don't know if it was very funny. Look, this one has Dick in it. I know a lot of you like more Dick than Jane, so let's read it. Let's read it anyway. It says, come, Spot, come, run. Really? It's the same story that Puff had. Jump, Spot, jump, Spot, jump. Is this the best they could do? Because Eleanor spent so much time painting these little paintings, and then someone wrote this dialogue. They probably took him like a minute? Not even. I don't know. Anyway, let's finish the Spot story here. It says, "Oh Spot, oh, funny, funny Spot." There was nothing funny about that. Here's next. There she is. There she is. Do you see her there? Do you see that look on her face? Trouble is afoot, friends, because this one's got not only Dick, but it's got Jane. It does. Let's see what happens. There's some lovely pictures, though. There's some lovely artwork, and we're all about artwork today. There's the pictures. There's stuff like this. Sally said, now Sally's good. She's a right one. She is. Sally said, oh, look. Where am I here? I can't see it. Oh, look. Mother can jump. Mother can jump and play. Dick said, jump, Father. Father, yes, jump. Yes, jump. Yes. So there's Father and Mother jumping. Isn't that lovely? Look at the motion that Eleanor got while she was drawing Father. Then, on the next page, Jane said, oh, Father, you cannot jump and play. Why does she have to be like that? Why? Father can jump and play. But no, Jane says, oh, Father, you cannot jump and play. Dick said, oh, see, Puff can jump. Puff can jump and play. What does one have to do with the other? I think she just threw random words up into the air and had them fall down. Yes, and Emma, what does Emma says? I love how Jane is unapologetically herself. Well, I don't know. I don't know why she has to be like that. Suzanne likes Jane. Suzanne, why not? Everyone's against me today. Oh, Michelle at least sends me a little smiling face. Who's got that Jane? Emma has her Jane fix. I prefer more Jane than Dick. Well, to each his own Dick, I suppose. That's what I always say. Well, that is our show for today. It's been lovely having you. I hope that when you finish the show today, you wash your hands, you stay inside, you be kind to each other, and I look forward to seeing you once again when Friday rolls around. Goodbye, everybody. Draw some pictures.
If you're stuck inside and you need some fun, she's the grande dame of getting it done. With Victoria Sautee.
No matter what buttons I press, I can't turn this thing off. Is that it?